How is MG ZST behaving after 8,000 kilometers? And as you can see, I'm sitting in our lovely MG ZST at the passenger side, on the passenger side. I don't normally do that, but as we say in Australia, why wouldn't you, mate? Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dimitri and this is MG Owners Australia. We are talking again about our lovely MG ZST, which is the only MG remaining in the family after I sold my MG HS. You heard everything about it. Alright, so the car, we've been driving quite a lot. My wife has been driving quite a lot, and I think this is only fair for me to talk to you from a new perspective inside of this car as a passenger, because she's driving mostly. I drive this car, I do, but whenever I'm in this car, she's in the driver's seat, and I can also offer you a slightly different perspective on how the car is behaving. Anyone who is considering to buy a China-owned brand, even though there are debates about where physically this car is made, is it China, is it Thailand that assembles these cars for Australia specifically, but it is a top-of-the-range MG ZST Essence as we bought it here at the end of 2021. It's been now in the family for quite some time, been quite loved as a car, and main concern, I suppose, that a lot of fellow Australians would have is the quality, the build of the car, the longevity of it. Is it gonna start creaking 2 months into the driving, right? I'm sure that you were asking yourselves the same question. So I'll start with that obvious stuff. Nothing is creaking. Everything is still solid. There are no random, mystically appearing scratches on allegedly cheap plastic. I am yet to find any. It's great. And my wife, let's be honest, I hope she's not watching this video. She's not the cleanest driver, I would say. So her car certainly allows a lot to be desired in terms of how she maintains the interior of the car. And that is a massive compliment to this car, because I think with all of that, nothing is scratched. But you have to remember that you don't buy a car to put it on a shelf and admire it from a distance, don't you? Car needs to fit into your day-to-day life, into your day-to-day routine. So with all that being said, and with all that normal life cycle of a driver, of a typical driver that happens inside of this particular car, everything holds very, very solidly. I am very impressed with the build quality, interior quality, plastic and all of that kind of stuff. Now I'm also changing my vantage point. I'm sitting here and talking to you from a passenger position, as opposed to really overwhelmingly positive, luxurious, very comfortable driver's side that I've been talking to you enough from, I suppose. So that, to put your mind at ease, all this stitching, all these materials, all these softer finishes of the top of the range, obviously, model. I can't talk about the basic, most baseline version of MG ZST. But this is all great. We haven't been disappointed. A couple of things that are disappointed us, I can tell you two things. First, it again, unsurprisingly, relates to the electronics of the car, relates to the infotainment and electronics connectivity system, which again, we spoke enough about in my MGHS videos and some videos about this MG ZST. Some of my friends from UK, some of you, told me that apparently there is some software update package that you already received, but I am not so convinced that we have received it yet in Australia. We're yet to find out. We didn't have a reason to go to the service center, but we probably should. So before that update, before that electronics update, my wife keeps complaining about the fact that Bluetooth connectivity is very unreliable. So she has not switched off Bluetooth as far as the device being on here by default, but it appears to be that when I check right now the settings, it appears that it turns itself off for no good reason. Unknown why it does that, and I suppose that's exactly when the car loses connectivity with the phone. So that is annoying, unpredictable, and again talks to the fact that this outdated, evidently 2021 software package is certainly leaves a lot to be desired. Enough has been said about it, but I cannot assume that you watched my previous videos, hence this little repetition. My apologies to people who have seen it from me and heard it from me already, so they feel like I'm repeating myself. Sorry, guys and girls. Another thing that my wife was really disappointed with, and it has nothing to do with the car itself, it has something to do with the accessories, but you still need to know about it, okay? So when we bought this car, we ordered the we ordered these weather shields. We have them here on the front and on the back windows. So she actually has weather shields here all around. We have weather shields on the front and weather shields on the back. They are these plastic things that allow you to keep your windows a little bit open and not always rely on air conditioning when you don't want to. You can just open the window a little bit and the wind or the rain and everything is not entering the car immediately. It actually is quite convenient. I have those weather shields on the front windows only in my LDV D90, and I'm actually quite happy about those. So we bought them from MG. There are MG ZS, not ZST, but ZS logos on those things. So they are original weather shields installed by MG for us. That is very, very important. It's not like we bought something cheap from eBay and installed it ourselves. So whether that is a quality of the materials and adhesive that is on those standard weather shields that you order from MG, or it's just the handiwork, essentially labor, that was put into when attaching these things for us when we bought the car brand new with those things already. Long story short, one of them came off completely without any warning signs. It's not like it started rattling or coming off slowly and we saw it like becoming a bit loose. No. We wouldn't have risked it. But apparently my wife was driving up the Central Coast, Sydney side here, the other day. Weather was nice. It was, mind you, we had a lot of horrible weather happening here, so maybe the wet conditions and something made it a little bit looser. We don't know, but we didn't see it. And then one sunny actually day, but on a highway at 110 kilometers an hour, she just says one of these things just makes a little noise and flies off somewhere into, towards the back. Impossible to retrieve because she was on a highway. It's fortunate that there was no one behind us. It's fortunate that that piece of plastic did not hit actually any car behind us. Behind her, I was actually not in the car. But there you go. So we had only one actual kind of physical issue as opposed to electronics issue with this car so far. At 8,000 kilometers, it is that one of these weather shields from the front window, from this one actually where I'm sitting, you can't see it, but it's right here, it's gone. It just flew away. It flew away. We are absolutely planning to take the car now to the dealership and say, look, it probably should be covered by warranty. Let me know in the comments down below if you think it wouldn't be, because it's an accessory, but it is not an accessory that we attached. It's an accessory that came with the car. We bought the car as a package with that accessory. It's listed there in the bill that we paid for the car. So that was disappointing. And my wife, she likes her car intact, as any normal person would like the car intact. And that was definitely something that feels like a part. It feels like a part of the car. Do you know what I mean? So that was disappointing, but I think very easy to fix. And I hope that it will not cost us anything. But that plastic thing is somewhere there up the highway of Central Coast. So that's... Please be aware that maybe it's just a one-off, that just we were unlucky with that adhesive, whatever happened to that thing. Or maybe it's just known to be weak, maybe it's just not the best part, not the best accessory. If you were to attach these things yourself, on one hand, you are controlling the quality of attachment. So you can ensure that it's glued really, really solidly, yeah? That's a plus. But would that mean that the car becomes modified? You know how for insurance purposes, for other kind of purposes, we have to declare whether the car has been modified. So if you do this kind of stuff yourself, does it qualify as modification of the car? Or is modification officially something that requires a much more serious, like you added a spoiler or something to the car? I'm not sure. This is a question to my audience. I love to engage with you. And thank you for a handful of you who actually bothered to reply to my little poll where I wanted to engage with my community and say, what kind of next video would you like to see from me? So as you can see, handful of you who bothered to reply and say, we want to hear more about the insights of ownership of your MG ZST, specifically Dmitry. Here you go, my friends. You are rewarded. For the rest of you, please like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you just randomly found this video and are not subscribed yet. I'm a casual owner of previously 2 MG cars and right now MG and LDV, which both belong to the same parent company, SAIC Motor, here in Australia at the very least, and we are quite happy. We're quite happy campers. I'm happy with my LDV D90. I talk about it enough. And my wife largely, I would say, is still very happy with MG ZST. So I suppose to wrap it up, I can say to you that at 8,000 kilometers, we do a lot of driving up the coast, in the city, and so on and so forth. Other than Bluetooth glitches that my wife doesn't like, and other than this little incident that happened with flying away weather shield, it's a good car. I still think it's a fantastic value for money. We really don't regret buying it. Let me know in the comments down below if you have bought the car recently. I know a few of you did, because I heard from you in the comments down below. And how are your impressions? Are you liking the car? Would you wish that you have bought something else? Or are you a happy camper just like us? Thanks again for tuning in today. I'll be speaking with you again about something else, MG ZST or LDV D90 related very soon. Bye for now. See you later.